Peace and power, you need both. Peace and power, you need both. What came first, peace or power? And if they take your power, will there ever be peace? And if you regain your power, will you have your peace? Love to teach me to be priestly. Love to drop nation. Love to everybody on every bit of this wave. We are all connected. We are all together. Get over the illusion of seclusion. It is not an existence. It is an illusion. But yo, teach me to be priestly, man. Love you, brother. You really laid us, man, a beautiful nest of drop that we can comb through, man. A lot of babies in the bathwater. We're going to continue. I tried to get it all in one bit, but I'm going to go a little faster this time, and hopefully we can squeeze everything out. I want to get back into the brother's lesson. Let's start with this, man. Let's get cozy. Yeah, man, I love everybody, man. I love everybody. Hey, man, look, man, I'm just a goon from Inglewood. Man, that is trying to figure a couple things out. Trying to milk and box a little bit. You know, don't let me offend you. Hey, I'm a lover. ELE. Everybody love everybody. Nah, man, you know, the drop sometimes, or the truth sometimes can be, you know, it is offensive. I mean, I guess, you know, if you're in a hijack mentality, the truth is very offensive. So what? You know what I mean? That's just the truth. If it's the truth, though, then shit, we need to get back to it so that we can be at our best. You know what I mean? So, again, man, love to the brother. Teach me to be priestly. We're going to continue the brother's lesson. Everybody go subscribe. You see the link beneath. Click on the link. Subscribe to the brother. And this is another video that he recommended. This is some seed drop. Descendants of the Mound builders, Thomas, Oklahoma. So let's get a piece of this, and we'll get back into the brother's lesson, and we'll take it on home, man. Love, man, to everybody that's just digging, not afraid, you know, just to say, hey, is Jerusalem here? Is Jerusalem there? Is it everywhere? Is it, you know what I'm saying? What is it, you know? And that's all we're doing is seeing this perspective from this side of the hemisphere, or whatever you want to call it, since we know it's not a ball, from this side, from this world. Every bit of our perspective is from them. Every bit of our perspective is taught to you. All this Africa has been taught to you by them. So what do they benefit if they have every melanated person on this enormous flat terrain thinking they came from one continent? If everybody goes to that one continent, even psychologically, then no one claims the rest. And if this is the old world, then oh buddy, who's hijacking you now? Look at the Cedar. Look at the Cedars.
To ensure the prosperity of Cahokia through the seasons. Today's Choctaw Indians still acknowledge the beliefs of their ancestors.
Alright, so we don't gotta go into this, but if these are today's Choctaw, then what are the actual Choctaw? Negro, Chickasaw, Cherokee. These are all bloodlines. These are all tribes. We're getting to the root of it all. Love to all my family, man. Let's go.
By performing this ancient spiral snake dance at sunrise, the rising sun aligns the posts with different landmarks on the site. On the summer solstice, the longest day of the year, the sun rises in line with Monk's Mound. Bob Hall, himself part Native American, is an anthropologist who was one of the first excavators of...
If Bob Hall is part Native American, that means he's part Negro. If he's not part Negro, then he's part hijack. Let's go.
I feel that these post circles are constituted more than just an observatory. The center pole is especially fascinated me because there was an association with mourning that is in connection with the mortuary ceremonies. There were rituals in which the renewal of the earth was combined with the resurrection of the dead person.
Yet Native American tribes still trace their heritage to Cahokia. Joe Watkins is from the Choctaw tribe, which has its geographical roots in the Mississippi Valley.
Quite a few Choctaw, quite a few southeastern Indians believe.
Is he a Choctaw? Come on, let's play the guessing game. Or is he a Spaniard? Or is he a Mongolian Mongol? Is he a actual Aboriginal, Indigenous, American from the start? Now we're hearing, you gotta just look, bob and weave, man. Barry Sanders through the hijack, man. We're talking about these, indigenous folk that say that their origin is Cahokia. They're saying that their origin is here. Is that just the Choctaw tribe? Of course, we had to drop about Choctaw and Esau. Even the brother Teach Me to Be Priestly said, red people. And then he said, Edomites, but he left it alone. I said, okay, that's what we're getting at. It's the Choctaw, Choctaw. A lot of those are Esau. These are indigenous tribes here, It's all going down here, for a large majority. So pay attention. I'm going to go back a little, then I'm going to let it ride a few more minutes, and we're going to get out of here, get to the brother Teach Me to Be Priestly, but pay attention on where these indigenous people say they get their origin. And you're learning in school, Africa. They're teaching you this in public school. Does the public school have the drop? Where do these indigenous people say they come from? Melanated people.
Of the earth was combined with the resurrection of the dead person.
Yet Native American tribes still trace their heritage to Cahokia.
So they trace their heritage to Cahokia. Now let's not forget, I don't even know if I still got it up. Don't even know if I still got it up. But it'll be pretty gangster if I do. This might be something. Okay. Justice to the Indian. A proposition was made. Let's get it bigger. Again, a proposition was made in Congress not long since to admit the Indian to representation in the legislative body. In other words, to grant him the privileges of citizenship. We are emphatically in favor of it. Why not? The Negro has been given the ballot, and he is not superior in mental capability and physical energy to the Indian. Right? So they're basically linking the two, but watch how it goes. So we're just talking about the Negro. Indeed, our military commanders have found him a formidable enemy, skilled in the practices of war. You, Negro, was found here as a formidable enemy. Now, this is by all their generals. Grant, all the people that found you here, found Negroes here, the Negro, a formidable enemy skilled in the practices of war. Now, what are we skilled in? Talking shit. Practices of war, formidable enemy is what they found here, Negro. So let's get back to it before I go crazy. You already know. You already know.
Joe Watkins is from the Choctaw tribe, which has its geographical roots in the Mississippi Valley.
Quite a few Choctaw, quite a few southeastern Indians believe that Cahokia could have been the grand homeland, the place from where we all came before we were differentiated tribes.
So he's just getting this as a hijack And he's calling it the Grand Homeland. Now, you know, he didn't originate here, but he picked up on some of the heritage being bred in here. And then now he's getting part of the history of the actual indigenous folks saying that their grand home is here. Their grand home is Cahokia.
Believe that Cahokia could have been the grand homeland, the place from where we all came before we were differentiated tribes. It's like the way the Palestinians view the Holy Land.
Any questions? Holy Land. I just wanted him to get that out. So as his brother Teach Me to Be Priestly is breaking this out, he's breaking out drop of what is viewed as Holy Land. The Holy Land. All right, we're seeing how all this is connected. Let's keep going.
It's where we started, where our genesis began.
Whoa, where it began. All right. So when you talk to these indigenous folk before this hijack talking here, and you're getting the story from them, and then you say, nah, man, your homeland is Africa, they would slap the shit out of you. Because they know their history. They know their genesis. They know their beginning.
Before we were differentiated tribes. It's like the way the Palestinians view the Holy Land. That it's where we started, where our genesis began.
He's talking about you, Negro.
We are the Choctaw.
Any questions? Now, as we know, and we don't know all Choctaw or Esau or this or that, but, you know, it's looking based on great research and breaking out great drop, from everybody, man, that's been dropping on that. But, yeah, all right. Esau, Edom, yeah. So, pay attention. We're talking melanin. We're talking us. We're talking the Negro, the formidable enemy. Just because they give you a hijack on the screen, they're going to show you the real deal. All right? So are we just talking the Esau drop? Or are we talking about the indigenous drop? Let's go.
The Muskogee Creek. The Seminole.
Hijack.
The Chickasaw.
Hijack.
And the Cherokee.
Hijack.
We are the children of the Mound builders and heirs to a civilization that followed drifting river trade routes from the Gulf of Mexico all the way to Canada. The town of Tahlequah in northeastern Oklahoma has only a recent place in our history.
And the brother Teach Me to Be Priestly already brought out how Oklahoma literally means red. Homa, Oklahoma. Let's go.
Born from the Cherokee Trail of Tears, but it is a symbol of our survival. Today it is the capital of the Cherokee Nation of Oklahoma. A fitting...
I also want to bring out that just because you hear red, we ain't just always talking hijack. We ain't talking about no current situation of red. We're not even necessarily talking about Edom necessarily. As the brother getting to the root of it all, brought out in that great drop he brought out. Definitely subscribe to Getting to the Root of It All. Excellent drop. That red is synonymous with copper color in a lot of their literature. You know what I'm saying? So red, copper color is synonymous as well. So it's not necessarily just leading to Esau or Edom. So let's keep that in mind. Let's go.
Place for representatives of our tribes to come together to discuss our histories and our future.
And I don't like that image. People can deal with us if we're in museums, but they can't deal with us today.
Wilma Mankiller is the principal chief of the Cherokee Nation.
It's always been my opinion that the true history of American Indians have never been told. One reason I believe is it's dynamic, it changes. Our people have always been adaptive to change, And through this process, it's very difficult to capture the true history of our people.
We gonna get to the true history. We gonna get to the true history, man. Matter of fact, let's just get into it. So I want to get back into part 1 of this great drop by Teach Me to Be Priestly. This is part 2. Let's go back 1. Matter of fact, let's just start here. Let's surf the wave. We'll start at part 2. And let's go back to 1. How about that? Let's get some of this and let's jump right into it. Love to you, brother. Appreciate your scholarship. Appreciate your research. Yeah.
Yo, what it is? It's your boy Teach back with another video. Part 2 to the series. Hope y'all enjoyed the first series. Give all thanks and praise to the Most High for this information in these days. So without further ado, let's get right to it. I want to make this disclaimer really before I make this video. And that when, just saying that when I'm looking for these, when you're searching through these American civilizations, you got to keep in mind that we're looking for the children of Israel, not the subjugates, and the hired workers from the other tribe, So you got to understand certain bloodlines and certain titles are really broad, like they call it, like, for example, Indians, so many different tribes under the name Indian and Mayans, and we finna get into that. So I just want to look at these pictures right here. This is the Bonaparte murals. You see these black folks with dreads. I don't care what you say. They got dreadlocks, wearing the leopard skin or the jaguar skin. You got the goatee. You people got facial hair. A lot of but check them Bonaparte murals though. But I'm gonna go right here to this video. Hopefully this don't be like part 1, cause I need this right here to play, man. Check out what this archaeologist say in this little clip right here. This is an interview. It's called Mayan Ruins in Georgia. Now he go in. It's a lot of information. Y'all need to check it out. This is the video I was telling you. He was talking about he's seen, researchers implant archaeological artifacts in the sites that they don't even belong, just to disprove a point. But anyway, so let's catch this clip. Check out what he says as soon as he come on.
And yeah, and you listeners should understand is there may be 134 different types of Maya.
134 different types of Maya.
And that's what some of the people, when the archaeologists were trying to put out their propaganda here in Georgia, they didn't tell people, there were Mayas who couldn't even write, and there were Mayas, that built cities, and that they were physically different. The type of Mayas that mostly came to the southeast and to Oklahoma, Peru, are called Highland Mayas, and they look like Creek Indians. We don't look anything like the Mayas with the kind of, the big noses and broad noses.
You hear him?
Yeah, that's a different type of Maya.
Look at that.
I found very little evidence of them coming
to
southeast. I found one population with people with those features just north of Savannah, the river. That's the only place. Perhaps a few came in there.
Yeah, I know it's kind of hard to, hear some of the echo, but, they're specifically talking about Negro features. And he's like, there's 170-something different type of Maya, but the specific ones, he called the Highland Maya, resembled the Creek Indians, which are just Negro or Negroid off the bat. All right. So he said, yeah, we got, those are a whole nother type of Maya. Yeah, those are the ones we forget about. Those are the ones we just write out of history. Those are the ones referred to in the 1828 Webster Dictionary under copper color races. Yes, you were found here. This is who they're referring to. Let's go.
And so when you're talking about Ipsamite, you're talking about very different people than the ones who built the big cities. They lived in the highlands.
The big nose people.
Were the breadbaskets instead of the other cities.
The breadbasket. The royalty.
They built massive pyramids, identical to the ones finding in Georgia. And they disappeared after a volcano.
They disappeared.
So, okay, you got 134 different types of Maya, he say. Now, he say his people, he claimed to be Ichita, or excuse me, Cree. It's a Cree. He claimed to be It's a Cree, like I told you in the first video. But, he said that there all these different type of Mayas, that these highland Mayas with the big broad noses, as you heard him say, is a whole different type of Maya. These are the ones who built the big cities. You know what I'm saying? These was the bread and butter of the civilization. You know what I'm saying? And he say they disappeared, you know, after a volcanic eruption. It's not too many present, not too many of their presence, he said he couldn't find in the southeastern part of the United States. So could that be because these Mayans, you know what I'm saying, like we read in the Annals of the Cahokia, crossed the river. And we see, you know, where they crossed it at in part 1. So, you know what I'm saying, I just want to make that disclaimer real quick. Alright, continuing where we left off in part 1 a little bit, I just want to hop back on these reeds. Remember, the reeds is a common name for several tall grass-like plants of wetland. Now look at these reeds over here in the picture. You know what I'm saying? Let me hold on. Might need to zoom in for y'all a little bit. Alright. So, you see this? Now check this out. You see this right here? This is thatching, roof building with reeds. Let me take you back to Cahokia. Look at the houses. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, being thatched with the reeds.
Pay attention.
So, just touch on the reed again. So remember, I told you in this video we're gonna touch on the third definition of Aztlan, which was place of whiteness. Yeah, but before I do that, I want to jump a little bit into this red cedar, man. Cause like I told you in part 1, that red cedar, the cedar tree alone helped me uncover a lot of things, man. Led me to a lot of great information. So just to give you a little rundown on the red cedar tree, the Juniperus virginiana. Common names include red cedar, eastern red cedar, Virginian juniper. Let's see. Is a species of juniper native to eastern North America from southeastern Canada to the Gulf of Mexico. Now keep that region right there in mind. Southeastern Canada to the Gulf of Mexico. Let's see if there's anything down here. Okay. Now, right here for uses. It says the fine-grained, soft, brittle, pinkish to brownish heartwood is fragrant, very light, and very durable, even in contact with soil. Because of its rot resistance, Now remember that. Remember that the wood is used for fence posts. The aromatic wood is evoked by moth. So it is demanded for lining for closed chests. This is important too. And closets, often referred to as cedar closets and cedar chests. This is important. We're going to come back to that. Let me jump down here. Native American tribes have historically used juniper wood poles to mark out agreed tribal hunting territories. Remember that. Tribal hunting territories. French traders named Baton Rouge, Louisiana, meaning red stick, the reddish color of these poles. It is used in ceremonies by many nations.
And that's just amazing, man. Just love to the brother again because, you know, like he said in the comments, he came in with this red stick drop. And, you know, that's why I'm so, you know, proud and grateful that the brothers, you know, put it out there and just dropped it. Because, you know, sometimes people got dropped and I might be on a whole nother wave and they might, you know what I'm saying, you know, be digging something over here. So the fact that you drop it gives us all a chance to, you know, come back to it. So obviously you got the red stick, you know what I'm saying? Obviously you got the juniper, but you know the juniper is nothing but the cedar, the red cedar, right? So you got Baton Rouge. Rouge is red baton. Red baton. I mean, red stick, red baton. What's a baton? It's a stick. Red baton, Baton Rouge. So what does this red stick have to do with you, Negro? Come on, Drop Nation. Come on, teach. Teach me.
Many Native American cultures, the smoke of burned cedar is used to drive away evil spirits prior to conducting a ceremony such as healing ceremony.
Wow.
So, you know what I'm saying? This cedar is kind of sacred and important. I'm going to jump over here real quick, give you some information on the cedar. This is an article by someone who I guess is of Native American background and has a lot of history with this tree, and they were talking about some of the things they know about it and its retrospect to Native American culture. So I'm gonna read some of this. I'm gonna jump to history and folklore, but I don't know if y'all can see up here, I'm writing about a very special and sacred tree. Keep that in mind.
Sacred tree.
I'm gonna jump down to history.
Sacred tree. Where are your sacred trees?
Okay. My husband wasn't finished telling me what I knew about the tree either. He has family in Louisiana who passed along some interesting history about the Eastern Red Cedar. I didn't realize this, but Baton Rouge in Louisiana began with the native Indians that was named after the Eastern Red Cedar. Remember, they are named after the Eastern Red Cedar, just like in the annals of the Cahokia. The Mayans say, by this red stick, this red tree, our staff, we are called the Cahokia. Keep that in mind as well.
Man.
They say in 1699, a French-Canadian explorer by the name of Pierre Le Monet Sierre Iberville led an expedition up the Mississippi River. He partly consisted of 200 men that were the first European travelers upriver. When the expedition reached a spectacular red pole adorned with animal skulls, they named the site Baton Rouge, which is French for red stick. The heartwood of Eastern Red Cedar, which is a very vibrant red color. Jump down a little bit. Y'all can dig on this. This is on garden.org. It's all about the Eastern Red Cedar. Known as the Tree of Life by Native Americans, the East.
Any questions? Known as the Tree of Life. You burn it, it drives away negative spirits, or let's just call it 440 hertz. I mean, just numbers. Let's not be confused. It's just energy, frequency, and vibration. So this tree has a vibration that is sacred, meaning it drives away static. You know the static in your life, you dig. Check this out. When burned, cedar acts as a purifier. I mean, how come nobody put us up on game on this? How come my Uncle Nuck didn't tell me, like, yo, look, man, young buck. Burn some cedar. Purify your life, cleansing the area in which it is burned and emitting a pleasant scent, pleasant to the creator of the cedar. If you need books to prove that there's a creator of this very intelligent system with a firmament, unless you think you're spinning on a ball and you got to ride the coattail of NASA all the way into Abaddon and Apollyon. And that's the thing, you know, this Apollo worship, this Apollyon worship, these children of the sun, Apollo, Christianity, all of it, Ethiopic, Coptic, Abyssinian, same shit. Heliocentric. It's time to trust our senses again. This is a beautiful job, bro. I'm glad I know we got some of this last time, but I wanted to get, you know what I'm saying, a lot of this again, because I know there's a lot more to it. And I know I can just depend on y'all to rock the wave yourself and go subscribe to this brother and get this yourself. But sometimes, man, you know how it is. You just got to put it way out there. When it is way out, surf's up.
Eastern red cedar was and still is used in ceremonies regarded as a holy tree. A holy tree. It has often been burned in purification rituals and sweat lodges. When burned, cedar acts as a purifier, cleansing the area in which it is burned, emitting a pleasant scent. The wood from this tree is considered especially sacred, holding power. It is very much alive spiritually. It's interesting to learn that the number of tribes include cedar as one of the 4 sacred medicines, which are cedar, sage, tobacco, and sweetgrass. So yeah, that's just a little bit on, you know, just the sacredness.
What? So you can rock with cedar for the medicinal. Alright, look, anybody got to drop on some cedar, holla at your koala. Don't holla at koalas unless you keep that 9 on you. Andre Iguodala, Lego.
Yes, and some information on this red cedar. Let's jump over here and let's get some Bible verses for cedar. Now we talking about holy now. The holy cedar wood. Just check this out. You know, this verse right here. Then the priest, then shall the priest command to take him that is to be cleansed 2 birds alive and clean, and cedar wood and scarlet and hyssop. Let's see. The priest shall take the cedar wood, hyssop. He shall be cleansed in the house of blood of the bird, and the running water, and the living bird with the cedar wood.
Wow.
He shall take the cedar wood. This is in Leviticus. You see these?
Okay, time out. Excuse me, bro. Love to this king, man. It's getting me emotional, though. I get emotional when it comes to truth. I get emotional about this truth, man. You know, because it just lights a fire in my desire. Look, man, we're just talking about cedar. We're just talking about cedar. I'm just asking you, where are your sacred trees? How can you go through an entire 24-hour day and not even think about your sacred trees? Haven't you figured out the riddle? Look around. Who's vibrating with the trees? Who gives a shit about the trees? Man, sometimes the drop don't make dollars and it don't make sense. You can surf the information superhighway, but if you don't give a shit about your sacred trees, then your vibration will get brought to its knees. Any vibration against the trees will get brought to its knees. You know? Your cedar wood will heal you. Your cedar trees will give you oxygen. so you're not suffering from oxygen deprivation and getting stupid in the spirit of stupor. All the Most High had to do was cut your dreadlocks, right? The root of your hair follicle still exists, just like the root of your sacred tree still exists. You just gotta cry out to the root of your cedar tree. It's not a mountain, it is a tree. It wants to be alive. But if you don't vibrate, and if you don't give a shit, that it is a tree. If you don't understand what you're dealing with, that underneath that mountain is a root system, a system of roots connected, a grid, an energetic grid, which is why they had to hijack you, Thoth in them, in the emerald tablets, with their pyramids and artificial vibrations, which is why the king's chamber is in 440 hertz in the pyramid of Giza. The Great Pyramid, 440 hertz, man. It is an energy war, a frequency war, and you are the children of the frequency. Protect yourself. Suit up. Choose up.
You know, these are priestly scriptures. Yeah, man, so the priests of Israel was doing the same thing with this cedar tree. You know what I'm saying? As the so-called Native Americans. You know, they held it as sacred, you know, as well. And now check this verse out right here. And he spake of trees from the cedar tree that is in Lebanon. Now, y'all might want to write down Lebanon, because that's going to play a key part in what we're going to be bringing out today. Okay, another verse right here in 1 Kings chapter 5, verse 6. Now therefore command thou that they hew me cedar trees out of Lebanon. So, you know, Lebanon is really associated with cedar trees. If any one of you know anything about Lebanon, you know it's a place of cedar trees. You know what I'm saying? There's a mountains and cedar trees. So we can also go over here. Look up some verses on Lebanon. Let's see if we can get anything. Okay, right here in Judges, in the cedars of Lebanon. 1 Kings 4:33. We're going to go a little deeper into this verse, but here we go again. And he spake of the trees from the cedar tree that is in Lebanon. Jump down. We just got that verse. So yeah. So as you can see, this Lebanon place is really associated with the cedar tree. So I wanna dive a little deeper into 1 Kings 4:33. So I'm gonna go over here to the website that has the verses with the Hebrew Strongs right next to them.
Come on.
Okay, so we down here, 1 Kings, verse 44 down here, we got the verse with the strong. It says, and spake of the trees from the cedar tree that is in Lebanon. So let's click on the strong. Let's see what we get for Lebanon.
Bring it out, bring it out.
Lebanon. H3844. From 3825. The White Mountain, from its snow, Lebanon. A mountain range in Palestine, Lebanon, or so they say. Proper name, location. Look at this right here. Lebanon means whitening.
Bang.
A wooded mountain, a cedar wooded mountain range on the northern border of Israel. Whitening. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Jump over here real fast. Aztlan means home of the snowy egrets or place of whiteness.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up, man. We've been saying Lebanon was here. We're telling you, Jerusalem is Jerusalem. We're telling you you're in the old world. We're telling you they flipped your map. We're telling you you're not spinning on a ball. We're telling you to reverse it all. This brother is telling you Aztlan means whiteness, place of whiteness, and Lebanon means whiteness, snowy egrets. Arzareth.
So, you mean to tell me you got this region from the Gulf of Mexico into southern Canada on the eastern side of the United States? That's earth mounds and earthen pyramids with red cedar poles, red cedar all through the culture. Cedar wood held, in the high esteem. You got herons and egrets everywhere in the wetland. And also you got Aztlan means a place of whiteness. And just as Lebanon means a place of whiteness with the cedar trees. So I just find that very funny. So I'm gonna keep digging. Okay, I wanna
Right quick, just for kicks, let's just go to etymology. And let's just put in whiteness because you gotta get back into the root of it all. You have to know what they're saying. Whiteness. See white. Alright, let's see white. English wheat, whiteness. White food, white of an egg. Let's get to the bottom of this, man. Let's get to the bottom. White part of an eyeball. Nah, let's get to the bottom. They're just talking about complexion. Let's get white. Old English. Bright, radiant. Bright, radiant, clear, fair. Now just think about this. Think about the definition. Bright, radiant, clear, fair. White is not a color, people. When they say they're white, they are not talking about a color. Is there a color that's bright? Well, there's a lot of colors that's bright. Is there a color that's radiant? Oh, there's a lot of colors that's radiant. Clear and fair is also a noun from Proto-Germanic, Germanic, huetas. Alright. Root word, all this stuff, white to shine, as a surname originally referenced to fair hair or complexion. The racial sense, so it started being used in a racial sense around the mid-1850s. White way, brightly illuminated street. Alright, so just a place of whiteness. When we're talking about whiteness of Lebanon or Aztlan, we're talking about a place of brightness, a place of radiance, a place of clarity, and a place of fairness. Holla if you hear me. Holla at your koala. Don't holla at koalas. Lebanon, whiteness is a place of brightness. Brightness and radiance, and clarity and fairness. Let's get back to it. Excellent job.
Jump back over here to the Juniper virginianum, the red cedar, or the cedar tree Wikipedia page. Just want to bring up something kind of interesting. I seen this right here, and often referred to as cedar closets and cedar chests. Now I want to show you guys something real interesting. A hope chest, also called drawry chest, or cedar chest, or trosat chest, or glory box, is a piece of furniture traditionally used to collect items such as clothing and household linen by married young women and in anticipation of married life. The term hope chest or cedar chest is used in the Midwest or South of the United States. In the United Kingdom, the term is bottom drawer white glory box. Anyway, so, I was looking at these, And so, look at that. And it made me, go to thinking a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I started thinking about the Ark of the Covenant. Cause since we got this little Exodus story, these kind of Exodus stories, biblical stories about children of Israel, in places with the cedar, the priests in Leviticus and in Exodus was working with the cedar. So I was just curious if shittim wood that they say is the acacia tree, I was curious to see if that was cedar. And I'm going to just show you some of the things I found. I'm not saying it is, but just rock with it. So right here we got some Bible verses for the word shittim. And as you can see, these Bible verses right here, like 25:10, it says, "And they shall make an ark of shittim wood." Talk about the Ark of the Covenant of shittim wood. Jump down to verse 13 and say, "And thou shalt make the staves of shittim wood and overlay them with gold." It says, "Thou shalt make a table of shittim wood." So the priest was, the priest and the children of Israel was making. God was telling them to make the Ark of the Covenant out of shittim wood.
Okay, right quick, because we got this part. I want to get to some of the parts we didn't get to in this joint, so I can jump back into part 1 and get some more out of that. But the brother definitely went bullseye into this, man, and how he proved that they're talking about imperishable wood, or, incorruptible wood, uncorruptible wood. So this wood is not corruptible. And remember when we talked about the cedar not being able to rot, so they use it for fence posts and stuff like that because, it naturally keeps static away, it keeps moths away. They don't mess with it. 440 don't mess with this tree. So that's what I'm saying is that we have our areas where we have our natural resources that 440 can't mess with. And this is what we're trying to build on together as a group, as an assembly. All right. So we're going to get ahead a little bit. See where I left off, because he's going to go into the acacia tree. I think we should be good around here. Let's go.
This is the Jewish encyclopedia.com.
So we're looking for the definition of Arzareth, and we're going to connect all this, man. Hang in there.
Okay. So it says Arzareth. Arzareth. The name of the land beyond the great river, far away from inhabitation of man. That great river is the Euphrates. Far away from the habitation of man. That's what this says. This says far away from the habitation of man. This says where never mankind dwelt. So that's an important distinction. But anyway, it says in which the 10 tribes of Israel will dwell, observing the laws of Moses until the time of restoration, according to second Ezra. I guess that's second Ezra. Ain't that? That's 3 or 4. One of them.
So just to make sure we're all caught up, because I know we're kind of jumping around, but that's how we like to surf the wave, because we just flow over here. So he broke down how Arzareth is Aztlan, basically, is, what we're calling, I guess the place of the red stick, all that is being right here. Aztlan, Arsareth, we're digging into the Cahokia mounds, being all that same area. And now in that same area, that same Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Louisiana, all that, according to the scholar here, whatever he is, and the Jewish encyclopedia, he's saying that in which the 10 tribes of Israel will dwell, observing the laws of Moses until the time of the restoration. All right. So are we just talking about that area? We're talking about basically America itself. And don't get so caught up on the 10 tribes. We're just talking about Israel. We're just talking about the seed, the remnant. And of course, we're scattered to the four corners, but we're talking about the nucleus of the remnant. They tell you the nucleus of the remnant is over there in their old world. I'm telling you, your nucleus is over here. And this is all we're building on. And this is what the brother's building on. So let's go.
Anyway, it says Columbus identified America with this land. You know, so, well, but you got to be careful because, you know, Columbus also said that in South America, the Orinoco River sprang through a beautiful paradise for Adam and Eve to live. So, when you're talking about the Americas, you're talking about all of Canada and all that stuff up there, the United States, the whole United States. You're talking about Mexico, Central America, Yucatan, the islands, and you're talking about the whole South America. So to say the whole America is Arsareth, this is where these people kind of got the translation a little wrong. Okay, so it says the name, it has been suggested by Schiller Skinsey. Now I'm going to show you how they lie and how they try to cover up stuff and why it's imperative that we do our own research. Check this out. It says the name, it has been suggested by this person, is taken from Deuteronomy 24 through 27. It says, because they forsook the covenant of the Lord and went and served other gods, the Lord rooted them out of their land and cast them into another land, Arzareth, as this day. So they saying that another land is the definition for Arzareth, Arzareth. And just to kind of solidify, these are some song lyrics to some Hebrew song, right? It says, Ayin Li. Now anybody knows that he knows Ayin Li, as I don't have. Ayin Li Arzareth. It says, I have no other country. Arzareth. Other country, right? You see Arzareth again down here, and land. So, Arzareth, country, land, you know what I'm saying? I have no other country or land, because I think the other Hebrew word for country is really Medina or something like that. Now, to all my scholars out there, I gotta ask y'all a serious question. For the name of Arzareth, if the name of Arzareth means another land, let me ask you a question. Why, to validate the name of Arsareth, would they have to go all the way to Deuteronomy to find a verse that has the word another land if they got this verse from 2nd Ezra, when 2nd Ezra verse 40 right above what? 5 verses up. Look what you got. Another land. So does that make sense that they got to go all the way to Deuteronomy to find another translation of another land when they got it right here 5 verses up? But it wouldn't make sense to say, okay, so they came into another land and all this, you know, then they entered the Euphrates. Through that country, there was a great way to go, namely a year and a half, and the same region is called another land. That wouldn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Why they gonna call, if it means another land, why they gonna say another land right here and then give us Arsareth right here? But see, that's where the deception comes in. Alright, so coming back here to the Jewish Encyclopedia, I want to give you guys a translation, man, that the Most High has blessed me to even come across to perceive in this way. I mean, it's crazy. Y'all gotta understand, as I'm even presenting this information, it's just crazy, man, because these folks are just lying. So when you got the word Arzareth, we see here they broke it up into 2 words, right? Arez and Arzareth, which they say means another land. I want to show you guys something very interesting. I want to go over here to this Strong's Concordance right here. And, you know, when I came across this, I was originally looking to see what they called you know, I was looking at the shittim thing, and I wanted to see, you know, what they call, what the Hebrew word for cedar was. So I'm going to type this in, see what we get. Okay, so interesting enough, these are the words I got for cedar. Araz, araz. Arez, Arez, a cedar tree. Arza, Arza. Now look at that prefix. Arza. Cedar word.
How you love that?
Now let's jump back to the Jewish Encyclopedia.
How you love that?
Now they say Arez means another. But why ain't nobody say, why ain't nobody throw cedar in there? Because cedar, the feminine pronunciation of the word is Arez. Let's come back. Look what we have right here. Arza. See that prefix? Oh, I like that for you. Arza. Let's go back. Arza. Cedar, wainscoting, cedar work. And for another, I went to Bible Hub, typed in cedar. Strong, Cedar 731. Arza. Arez. So to me, if you ask me, I feel like the prefix to this word right here, Arzareth, has something to do with cedar. Even Arez, both those words mean cedar. Okay, so now that we got the first part of the word taken care of, we want to jump to the second part. I'm gonna give you 3 possible definitions for this second part, but they all gonna be, you know, like one and the same. But the third one is gonna be the one that I think really hits home. So I want to highlight right here this part, Eric. Now, Ahret, right, means earth or land. Earth, land. Now, look at the last 3 letters of this word, Aret. X. Uh-oh, got a little intruder over here. Hebrew word for tree. X. Tree, trees, or wood.
Wow.
So could the name Arsareth be really saying the land of the cedar tree or the cedar land? Could it? Oh, but it gets deeper.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so looking at this part right here, last part, Aharet, let me show you the third and final possible definition. Let's go back over here to Bible Hub and we're going to type in, we're going to type in force. Let's see what we get. Let's see, we're on the Hebrew side. Forest, what's that? What? Sure. Click on that. Now look at this.
Wow.
Heret. You see? It got the het right there. Heret. A forest in Judah.
Bang.
The location there. Heret. Look at that. Heret. Heret means forest. So let's go back. Check out the word. Heret. Heret means forest. So, could the name, the biblical land of Arzareth, be possibly Arez, Aheret, the cedar forest, a land of cedar forest, or cedar land, or cedar trees? I don't know. But we give all thanks and praise to the Most High, man, for this information in these cedar trees. Yeah. We got Arzareth or Arez, cedar tree, forest, Hareth, Arzareth, Arez, Hareth, cedar, forest, cedar tree, cedar land. Now that's also funny because I know you can see two distinctive names in this series, and both of those names are Aztlan and Arsareth. And both of these lands are a land in which the 10 northern tribes of Israel would be in before they be in their own hills and valleys. Because when we go back to 2nd Ezra, look what the Most High tells us. Now, back in 2nd Ezra, well, we got the only place in really the biblical, I guess, narrative you get the word Arsareth. The next verse down says, then there, it says, then dwell they there until the latter time, and now they shall begin to come. The highest shall stay the springs of the stream again. So you can hold the waters for them to cross it again, right? And across it already to get to Azareth. You can hold it to cross it again to get back into their own lands. So it say you can hold the streams again that they may go through. Therefore, so.
Do you believe it? Now, I know we're learning about Cedar and Woods and Aztlan and Aztecs and Mayas. But just right quick, everything aside, everybody, just snap out of it. Snap out of it. Snap out. Let's chill out for a second. Let's turn the lights back on. Do you believe it? Do you believe 2nd Esdras 13:42 that they might there keep their statues which they never kept in their own land? Do you believe that you didn't keep your statues when you were in your own land and you got booted out and the worst of the heathen were sent against you? Spaniards and Chams, and they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passage of the river. For the Most High then showed signs for them. Do you believe it? Do you believe the Creator of the sacred trees showed signs for his children and held still the flood till they were passed over? For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of 1.5 years in the same region is called Arsareth, land of the cedar trees. Then dwelt they there until the latter time, and now, when they shall begin to come, the highest shall stay, the highest shall stay. The Most High Creator shall stay the springs of the stream again, shall stay them again, shall hold them back again. Do you believe it? Will the Creator of the sacred trees hold back the rivers of the springs again for you to do what? That they may go through, therefore. Sawest thou the multitude with peace? I asked you in the top of the tip top. What came first, peace or power? I say power. I say the Most High power. I say energy, the power of the frequency, the power of the vibration. And when that power is established, you have peace. When they close your eyes, you have no power. When they cut your trees, they cut your dreadlocks, you have no power. Wakey, wakey, eggs and turkey bakey. Let's go, man. Teach me.
The multitude of peace. So now, as we know, based upon some information, like I remember the brother from Let Us Find the Truth, he had the Paradise City I think if I'm not mistaken with that channel, I think it was, he had a video called Paradise City, and it was telling you about what the explorers, you know, the Bernal Diaz journey, his journal, it was telling you about what they seen when they came to the Aztec lands and the Mayan lands and stuff like that. So you know these people were rocking out in the Incas and stuff in their holy cities in their holy land, like the Mayan.
Well, you know, brother, over here, man, we don't even got to talk about it. By the way, we're going to get back into that Prester John. Love to the sister Darlene Ray. Love to Uno. Love to everybody supplying me with more and more drop on this Prester John. Alright, they're going to tell you everything's over there. You're going to get the drop, man. We're going to get the drop. But yeah, I mean, there is a letter that they're saying is from the King David in 1100 AD, not 7-something BC or whatever. Yeah, we got the timeline drop. I mean, you remember that, right? I mean, you remember what she said about the timeline, right?
His conclusion, and however crazy it may sound, is extraordinarily well argued, is that the only legitimate history is the modern history from about 300 on, and most of that, by the way, is from 900 on.
One more time.
Arguments to try to determine which is the principal one, and his conclusion, and however crazy it may sound, is extraordinarily well argued, is that the only legitimate history is the modern history from about 300 on, and most of that, by the way, is from 900 on. From 300 on, we got like statuary documents and things like that.
He thinks most of the things that we think of as historical events really did happen, but the question is when and where, and maybe, of course, how many times. And he thinks, well, it didn't happen 10 times, it only happened once, and most of that stuff happened after 900. Yeah.
Most of that stuff happened after 900. It didn't happen 10 times. It happened once, which means that they've been projecting their timeline back in history based on astrological senses and things and timelines. That your real history happened after the 900s. Everything you think happened in the BCs, yo. Which would make this come back into play. After the 900s, you have your King David, who is Prester John. All right. All right, we got some of this last time. I want to get his dismount so we can do a couple things, man. Love to teach me to be priestly. Let go.
Whatnot, but, you know, just looking at this region right here, man, remember we're talking about Aztlan and we're talking about Arsareth. The 10 Northern Kingdom tribes, right? They came out of Assyrian captivity and went to Arsareth. Now, Arsareth and Aztlan should be a place that's very much like Lebanon. Should be a place, you know, of whiteness, of cedar, and of cedar wood, you know, cedar forests. The Mayans and the Cahokia tell us they came from a place of cedar, the red cedar sticks, you know what I'm saying, at the place of Toulon. Aztecs say the same place as Aztlan. Then we got what? The Anasazi Cahokia, they say we need to cross this river to get to our land, where we can see our hills and our valleys. We need to cross this sea so we can see our hills and our valleys. So could it be that coming out of Assyrian captivity, these people came into the Mississippi and Mound area organization, you know what I'm saying, and dwelt there? Okay, two quick interesting perspectives before I close out. Remember Arsareth right here, right? Okay, in verse 43 it says, and they entered into the Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river. So they had crossed the Euphrates. The Most High showed signs for them, held still the flood till they were passed over. So they crossed the Euphrates and then came through a country for a journey of about a year, and then came to a region called Arsareth. Now, we find that funny because we're talking about cedar, right? Cedar in Arsareth, cedar forests, you know what I'm saying, whiteness and things like that, you know, corresponding to Lebanon. But check out, they crossed the Euphrates to get to Arsareth. Look what the Bible says on some verses right here about Lebanon. From the wilderness, from the wilderness and Lebanon, from the river Euphrates. From the wilderness and this Lebanon, even unto the great river and the river of Euphrates. So, I ain't gonna say too much more, but correlate that. But I also want to bring to the attention about the part about being a place where never mankind dwelt, because I don't think you can really correlate that, to it being exactly Lebanon, because I don't really know about people living in Lebanon other than to work in the Cedar forces hired by the king, like King David, and other things like that. But there probably was, but I'm not really saying that. But I'm gonna show you something interesting. So, and here it says, where never mankind dwelt. Now remember, I told you in the Jewish encyclopedia that it said far away from the habitation of man. Okay, so let's check something out. So we're talking about Cahokia, right? And it being a possible candidate for Aztlan and all these things. This mound right here is called Monk's Mound. You see this mound? Remember? Monk's Mound. Remember that from part 1? Don't really know why it's called Monk's Mound. I don't really tell you. Or they might give you something. But I'm going to take you to Esor. And I'm going to type in monk on the dictionary search, encyclopedia, monk. This is what they have. Derived from Latin, nanachus, and from the Greek, whatever,
pay attention,
solitary, which is in turn is derived from the word, whatever that is. So look, designating a person who lives sequestered from the company and conversation of the rest of the world.
So look how they hiding this shit, man. So they're calling it Monk's Mound, which you look up. You have to look it up. You have to look it up, man. Solitary, designating a person who lives sequestered, separate from the company and conversation of the rest of the world. Separate from the static, from the bull. Somebody that just wants to be in 432, got nothing to do with religion. They just like, man, I want to be hijack free. They will call you a monk. Now, many of these today's so-called monks have a different, image and all that kind of shit. So you are the monk, Negro. You are separate, Negro. You are solitary. You were just found here. You were separate from the conversation of the rest of the world. You are of the new world. I don't care how many times we gotta look this up for y'all niggas to get it. Niggas, kings, to get it. Niggas. When I say niggas, just like when you say white, you say bright. When you say white, you say bright. When I say niggas, I say king. I say ruler. I say king. From Ame'rican, Nagush, king, niggas, king. When you say 1828, hey, that ain't what I want. You know what I want. Y'all check this link out, man. Click the link below. You already know what time it is. And you put in American. Oh, American. Oh, American. Negro, what is the definition of American pre-hijack 1828? What were they calling Americans in 1828? Ame'rican, noun. A native of America. Native. Originally applied to the Aboriginals or copper-colored races. Multiple copper-colored tribes. Do I have to get the image of a copper-colored 1800s penny? What were they referring to? Man, I'm going crazy here, man. Man, because, we have to. 70 something, 77. Let's go 1877 penny. What does that look like? Oh, look at this copper. Oh, copper, 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 copper. All right, this is your typical Negro. Your typical Negro is copper color. You see the lighter, you see the darker. This is copper color. Copper color races, a native of America, originally applied to the Aboriginals, or copper color races. Found here, Negro. No, from Africa. Found here, Negro. Nah, Africa. Found here by Europeans, but now applied to the descendants of Europeans born in America. Because they have different rules. Their rules are, if I'm born here, this is my shit. If I'm born here, I'm you, and you are black. You're black. You become black. Darkened by the clouds, sullen, atrociously wicked, horrible, dismal, mournful, calamitous. A Negro. Oh, a person whose skin is black. Okay. I mean, don't make me go into that etymology of black on y'all, man. All right. Do you get it? Teach me to be priestly. Keep it going, man. I know you're making your wonderful dismount here. I'm just rocking with it, man. Rocking with you, brother. All the way. All the way. Let's go. Come on, internet. Don't you feel me now? We're doing a good job. Oh, we're doing a good job together. Love to everybody, man. You know, I always take these little internet moments as moments, man, just to, you know, give love to all my people, man. You guys validate every bit of this drop, man. Every bit of this press to John. Every bit of what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Let's get the rest of this right quick. Let's get it. Hey, where we at? Where we at?
Holy Mount.
Mount Zion.
Nation of the rest of the world.
Monk.
Apply to those who dedicate themselves wholly to the service of religion. Solitary is a term denotes generally all who addict themselves to a retired or solitary life, and it is unusually applied not merely to such as retired to absolute solitude in caves or deserts, aka wildernesses, you know, deserted lands, dry lands, lands without habitation. Those are all possible definitions for that. But also to have lived apart as far, but also to such as lived apart from the rest of the world in separate society. So you got monks. We got two crazy things right here. We got monk being associated with, you know, being dedicated to living outside of the rest of the world, outside and separate from society. You also got it applied to those who dedicate themselves wholly to the service of God. Let's keep that in mind. Because remember, the children of Israel, but they took this counsel amongst themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth in a country where mankind never dwelt, or far away from the inhabitation of man, that they might keep their statutes that they never kept in their own land. So
So they separated themselves so they can learn as an assembly how to rock with the Creator. So they went to where it's saying never mankind dwell, separate. Now they're calling this place Cahokia, or these certain areas Monk's Mound, a separate area, separate from the hijacks. What are we building? As Drop Nation, what are we doing? Acquiring land. Separate from the hijack, so that we can worship our Creator. We cannot do that surrounded by static. I was driving up the 110 today in LA, saw this massive, super militarized cell phone tower, and it was covered with leaves but it was a metal pole. And I said, they put leaves on a metal pole just to disguise this metal atrocity, this black. Let's go.
They may continue their religious practices in solitude that they didn't in their own land by this place of Cedar. And you got Monk's Mound right here being the authoritative, you know, where the chief sits. You can see red cedar posts all over there. So that's a little something for y'all. All right, now finally, so as I was saying, you know, with all the information we've gathered today and what we just put in about Monk's Mound and some definitions for monk and all this, man, all this information correlating to Aztlan, Tolan, and Arsareth, you know what I'm saying? Being the place before where the 10 Northern Kingdom tribes were before they were in their promised land, this region right here, Mesoamerica. So like I say, could have come from these regions and entered into this land right here as biblical prophecy and to validate the biblical histories of the narratives of our forefathers. So we give all praise and thanks, man. I'm gonna leave y'all with that. You know what I'm saying? And y'all stay safe, stay prayed up, keep them laws and the commandments, and I'm gonna leave you with a picture of beautiful holy Mount Zion.
Come on.
All right, man. Out.
Teach me to be priestly. Y'all get over there and subscribe, man. Y'all see he got the drive. Y'all see what we doing over here. We building. I want to get to some drive by my brother, October Scorpio, right quick, man. So like I said, you know, most of us, man, we all over here. You can find us if you're ever looking for a certain, you know, folk, you know, that we call Drop Nation. We just saying that, you know what I'm saying, we're all just trying to collect the drop together, man. It's nothing to it. If you trying to connect the drop, you are Drop Nation. We all are Drop Nation. All right. Can you dig on that? Yeah, I think it's this drop right here. Thank you, Indigenous Warriors. October Scorpio, take it away. Love, brother. I got your shirt. We're going to get it ordered, brother.
All praise and glory to the Most High. Hey. What's going on, everybody? Just wanted to make a little quick video. Been out of the scene for a couple of weeks. You know, upgrading my technology and so on and so forth, so I can bring that information to you better, whatever information that I could possibly put into the pot. But I just want to say thank you to everyone doing their due diligence, researching, putting that information out there, about our creator, Haya, putting that information out there about the indigenous truth, so on and so forth. You know, Lex Will, Hiram Mark, Francisco, Let Us Find the Truth in the Classroom, Sister Nina Starr, Kingdrop, Arthur Scott, get into the root of it all. We got a couple of new ones that I've been checking out. We got a young sister by the name of Lexi London. All right, she doing her thing. We got a young brother by the name of Dunn R Intel Solutions. He definitely doing his thing. I'm actually getting ready to show you a video real quick. One of his videos. But first, just wanted to say thank you, King Drop. Got my shirt. You know, I got it a couple of weeks ago. I was on my way home back to the house, and I had a slingshot around the house and back out again. But I got it right here, 432, Drop Nation, right?
Hey. Love, brother.
They can't tell us who we are. How can they tell us who we're not? Drop Nation represent.
Come on.
Thank you for everything you do, King Drop.
Love, bro.
Appreciate your time, your effort, your energy.
All praise
as always, to all of y'all, may the Most High bless you, your households, and everything you do. Hey. Right? Unfortunately, while I was waiting for this shirt, I didn't eat too many Zuzus and Wham-Whams while I was out on the road in my truck driver.
Come on. Hey, man. Hey, I get it.
Right now.
Hey, I get it, man.
I have to put this in the frame. You know what I'm saying? I might have to order another one.
Hey.
So I can put one side.
Bro, I get it, man. I get it. We all do. We do's what we do, man. Nah, man. Love to you, bro. I want you to feel nice and cozy. You know what I mean? It's not worth it if it's not cozy. So I got your email. We're in communication. So love to you, man. And I just love everything you do, man. I love the energy. And his brothers on the road making it happen. You know what I'm saying? Giving us a fresh perspective, man. So love to October Scorpio.
The front, the frame, one side and the back.
Yeah.
But I like the shirt.
Yeah.
I have to get my workout on. But anyways, thank you. All right. I'm going to show y'all a couple of things real quick. Again, like I said, I'm just testing out my technology. But the young brother I was telling you about done our Intel Solutions. Now, I believe he is out of Alabama, Georgia. So, but anyways, I let him, I'm not going to play this whole thing. The reason why I want to show you this, he got this video with this black dot in the sun. Check this out.
Check this out, everybody. What's up? You know what I mean? I'm one of them African Americans ain't African guys. If you need to know more about African Americans ain't African, just go to the little website. Some of the guys got African Americans ain't African.org, or you can YouTube some of the videos. You know what I'm saying? You can look up Donna Solutions. I stay dropping good posts, defending our rights in America. You know what I mean? So I'm out here. Look, you people don't even know what that is. That's the pathway to Fort Benning military base. You know what I'm saying? They didn't colonize the land a long time ago. They made the primitives of Aboriginal amalgamate and acquiesce to their little U.S. laws, whatever. They pay. Niggas straight down here, but it's they shit. The largest military base in America.
Something about this. I was showing one of my brothers.
I'm normally African American.
Picture my Uncle Scott. That
ain't really what I'm totally going to talk about.
My Uncle Scott, they look just like each other. Like they from the same tribe.
Walk with your dog and your family. Military people, they use it every day. It's their little path, when they want to exercise. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. I want to talk about this hot ass sun. I'm talking about this motherfucker is beaming. And I'm finna videotape it. Last time I videotaped it, I got the video if y'all want to check it out. I got my shirt on.
That in the sun right there?
I'm saying African Americans ain't African. So-called African Americans ain't African. But I videotaped the sun last time and it had a black spot in it if you go back to the
Now, they forgot to chemtrail. Wherever he is at this point in time, I'm assuming it's either in, what do you say? It's Georgia or Alabama, but anyways, they forgot to chemtrail this day because he got this good. Check it out.
Several times. I think that's the sun right now. There you go. Oh my God. There you go. Boom. Do y'all think that black spot right there on the sun, do you think that's a matter of the video? Or is that something in the sun? Do y'all see it? Am I fucking tripping? See that black spot? So we're going to have to get some
come on.
Some experts. There you go. We're going to have to get some fucking experts to tell us.
Y'all see that dot right there, right? So that's what we're saying. Is that lens flare? It's popping up live and in full effect.
It's the sun attacked the lens. The sun attacking the lens on the camera. So therefore you got that black spot. You feel me? There you go. I'm gonna get it back on that. I know I'm gonna get it. There you go. Man, my camera skills is whack, man. Come on.
You're doing a fine job, brother.
Anyway,
fine job.
Y'all see what I'm saying? I'm just frustrated because I can't, there you go. I can't get it in position. But I'm really curious about that. And when I get it, I'm gonna get it. I know it.
Right. So, y'all can go to his channel to check out the remainder of the video. So, I just want to add to this and say, all right. So, while I'm out on the road, what I do notice is this. And I had to upgrade my camera and stuff like that, too. So, I'm going to start being able to give y'all, because the iPad and the iPhone, they're good for what they are. But, when it comes to certain things, you need something with a little more power. But anyways, noticing is that early in the morning, they will chemtrail heavy at right before sunrise. And on certain days, the sun will rise and it will have all them fake clouds and things around it because that's what they're blocking out. Then certain days out of the week, they will chemtrail heavy during sunset to block that out. Now, you can pull up other YouTube artists, other YouTube channels. All you got to do is put in black dot in sun. People are getting this all over the United States. I don't know if other people are seeing it in other parts of the world, but people are definitely seeing it. Just random various people are seeing this black dot in the sun. I actually have a video of myself of a sunrise I did in Decatur, Georgia. You could see it slightly. It's not as nowhere near as good as this. I mean, he got good footage of this. So, but you know, just let you guys know, man, it's a lot of different things going on right now. You know, they trying to keep under wraps. Fortunately, he got good videos. But again, this is another brother out there, you know, waking up, putting that information out there, sharing that indigenous truth and so on and so forth. So y'all check it out. Then, before I wrap this up, I just want to share something else with you. Some nonsense right here. Now this is, I just happened to come across this, News One, all right? North Carolina teaches bucket list. I would kill all black people if I had 10 days to live.
Hey, this is about to go in. I advise everybody to check this out, man. But love to October Scorpio. I'm going to do the dismount right there with the black hole sun, man. Black hole sun, won't you come? Remember that song, man? I'm trying to tell you, man. What is this really thing, man? What's really going on, man? Huh? Can you dig it? Alright. I mean, things have been captured. Things are being looked at. Can you dig it? We're doing our dismount, man. We're doing our dismount. We're just surfing the wave.
Hi, everybody. It's Wayne and Steve. It's Sunday, September 11th. By now, you've probably seen our 2 weekend updates and the amazing footage that we captured from a random photograph that we caught on an email. Wayne, do you remember that?
Oh, yes.
And I've had just a heck of a time getting this thing edited, Wayne. And I also put your little spiking incident, certain select clips out of there so people can get an idea of how serious the game is.
Okay, so you might be seeing a black hole sun. Others are capturing other orbs around the sun. And these orbs have, now, that's why we drop Worlds Beyond the Poles, so we understand that what we're getting out of our telescopes are automatically built to cause an illusion of these separated, isolated globular bodies. So just because it appears through these telescopic lenses, they are giving us an illusion of isolated globular bodies, which is not reality. In reality, all this is connected celestial area, water, terrestrial area. But we are capturing these areas.
So everyone, go over to D3AM3R, that remade, and like the video and check it out. Now, Steve, we have another little issue that we need to talk about. So allow me to go over here. We got we got something developing here. We have now been watching this storm right here, and it's actually a high pressure area, just so everyone knows. And here, I'll show it here. So what we have here is 29.9 inches. It's a high pressure. And if you go down here, Steve, you can see the low pressure, and you can see the contrast, and you can see what's happening. So if we go back out and simply look at the wind, we got a problem here. This high pressure system is beginning to now affect the overall jet stream at the equator. Now, you know, at the beginning of the summer.
Now, all that drop, and they give you a ball. They want you to have a ball on your ball. But this is what you have to do when you're tired of having a ball on their ball. Gotta go into my magic links on y'all to get some drop that's buried deep in the crates. I'll just do a shortcut. Sometimes it's all about perspective. Definitely keep checking out the drops. And under all these drops, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and research and click the links, man. I put them under here for a reason. For everyone to be able to get the drop at all times. Even if you don't have time to get to the library. You know, every one of these drops have these links here. You know, you can click on them, click show more. And all these links here are pretty much a lot of the drop we're talking about. If it's featured, I'll put that up. This is the azimuthal equidistant map projection. So they just showed you that ball. We're just going to play a game as we do our dismount called Order or Chaos. So here's what they were showing you, right? A ball. We're going to play a game called Order or Chaos. Alright, so actually let me get what they were showing you. Let's do this right. Might be, which one is the regular? Might be this one. So this is the, oh no, this is the Neil deGrasse Tyson version, the egg version. Now, when you pay attention to these little, you know, streams, right? These are the winds, the gates, the winds. Now, do you see order or chaos in this egg, this Neil deGrasse Tyson egg? Don't you see the streams pretty much doing everything, right? This is what they show you on the news. This is what you see all the time. Let's try to find their little ball. Ah, look at the ball. Look how these jet streams, these wind streams are just going crazy. Some are going this way, some are curving this way. Now I ask you, do you live on this ball? Or do you live here? Now, you can actually see the clockwise and counterclockwise in and out of each of the streams. Look how this is going in and this is going this way, counterclockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise. These are the gates, these are the winds. Order, or would you rather have your chaos? So when you watch the news and they show you this magical ball of water, right? And they show you chaos, and they show you all these tropical storms, and this storm here, and this storm here, and this here, and this here. Just know that they are giving you chaos. And when you research, and you look at the UN flag, and you see that this is the UN flag, UN flag, UN flag, UN flag. Look here, look at the land, look at the Americas, look at the so-called Africa, Africa, America. Do you get it? This is your UN flag, people. This is not the ball, this is a projection looking down on a flat stationary plane. Remember, your ball looks like this when they give you this projection. Adjust your vision, adjust your senses. This is your ball, right? This is what they give you. This is a different projection. This is what a lot of people call a flat earth projection. This looks more like a watch, a clock, a watch, counterclockwise, clockwise. Do you know how to time travel? Do you know how to space loop? Do you know that this is the UN flag? Do you know that that is the UN flag? Stay up, suit up, and choose order over chaos.